do such great jobs on your virtual parties, you'll figure out how to twist on it for virtual. But I truly think it's kind of a pick a box thing. People like to pick boxes or balloons or whatever you have, right? So it can be used both ways. But for all intents and purposes, I'm going to share exactly how I do it at my shows. Okay, so you have to have fun with this game too. Like anything you present, the confidence has to be there. And if you aren't confident, just practice till you are. And you have to have fun. You have to have fun with these things, because if you're having fun with it, it's like the pressure's off. And I find what works about this game, it's psychological, number one. And number two, there's no pressure. And I'm just having fun with these ladies. And by the time I do the penny game, they've had a lot of fun. So I'm ending my show or my presentation with the penny game. So I start it with the name game. That's 10 minutes. Then I do 10 minutes of styling. And then I end the last 5 or 10 minutes with the penny game. By then, they're all laughing and having a gay old time, so it's the perfect timing to do this. You never want to do it first thing. You have to do it at the end. Okay, how does the penny game work? At the end of my shows, I'll just pretend you're my audience, okay? I'd rather talk that way than try to tell you what I do. So at the end of my shows, I say, ladies, I have one more thing to do before we wrap it up and you get your catalog and you start shopping. And that is my penny game. Girls are going to love the penny game. And they do. Their eyes get big and they kind of look like, what's she going to do now? And I go around the room, the table, and whether I have 3 people or 13, it doesn't matter. There are times, quite honestly, girls, I had 6 girls on Monday night and I had 18 on Wednesday night. Sometimes the more people that are there, it can get a little confusing, not confusing, but they can kind of get lost in the crowd. So I find that my groups between 6 and 10 this works beautifully. And if I have more than 10, if I have 2 hostesses, which I had on Wednesday night, I do them separately. I'll do the penny game on one table, and I'll have my assistant Jeanette kind of keep them company while I'm doing that, and then I'll move to the next table. So if you can keep your people to about 10 people or less, I think it works good if you're doing live. Okay, so I'm going around the table. I'm saying, everybody gets a penny, everybody gets a penny. And I have my little bag of pennies, and I'm just handing everybody a penny. And I don't know if I mentioned that I think this came from Karen Slaymaker like 7 or 8 years ago. I don't know if I mentioned that. I wanted to make sure I give her credit. And I've been running with it ever since. So where it originated, I don't know. But everybody got their penny. Okay, here we go. Everybody's sitting there with a penny. And I go, okay, ladies, here's how we play the penny game. You each got a penny. And you have 3 choices what to do with your penny. The first thing you can do with your penny is you can save your penny. You can take your penny home and save it. That's perfectly okay. That's choice number 1. Choice number 2 is you may spend your penny tonight. You know how you're going to spend your penny? When you check out tonight, let Jeanette or I know, and we're going to take a penny off your order. That's how generous we are at Park Lane. It will help with the gas money you spent to get here tonight, okay? And of course they chuckle. The third thing you do with your penny, ladies, is you can gamble. You can gamble. Now I got to tell you what, that's when people that are gamblers, they sit up really straight and lean in and just watch their body language. Ladies, those of you that want to gamble, I have a box here, and in my box, it has 10, well, actually, it's more than that. I'll just say 10. It has 10 boxes. And the reason it has more is just in case I have more than 10 people. But anyway, for all intents and purposes, I have 10 boxes here, ladies. And here's your third option. You may pick a box, 1 through 10. You simply will pick a number. Let me show you what they look like. They're just a nice box like this. They've got the sparkly trim on them. And so I hold the box up so they can see how pretty the box is. And then I hold the box like this so they can see how pretty this is. They really look like looking like, what's in that box? And at that point, I simply go around the table very quickly. And I'll say, Karen, what are you going to do with your penny? She might say, save it. I go, okay. I mean, I do not try to change their mind. That's what's cool about this game. You're just going around asking them, what are you going to do with your penny? Michelle, what are you going to do with your penny? Oh, I think I'll spend mine. Okay, great. Remind me when you check out. How about you, Valerie? What are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to gamble. Oh, great. What number would you want? Oh, I think I'll take 7. Okay. Now, let me tell you something, girls. There are some numbers. I wrote them down. 3, 7, 8, and 10. Typically, those are the numbers they will pick. So whether you're doing this virtually or you're doing it in person, those boxes you can be sure have show in them. So, let me back up. I always forget to tell you when I'm training on this. You get to pick a box. I'm sorry. Back up to where they get to pick a box. Now, I say you're probably wondering what's in the boxes, ladies, right? Well, some of the boxes say free bling. They just say free bling. And if you pick a box, if you play, and you pick a box that says free bling, you get to get into my bling bag and pick out a pair of earrings. This is for the free bling people, okay? Then some of the boxes, ladies, say you have won a styling session. Yes, a styling session. You know what a styling session is? It's what we just did tonight. It was a happy hour here, short, sweet, to the point. These are my styling sessions. So ladies, if you choose to pick a box, you'll pick a number, whatever number resonates with you, and hang on to your box until everyone tells me what they're doing. Now, sidebar here is, it doesn't matter who says what the first two people, even if they say, I'm just going to spend. That's okay. It doesn't seem to set the tone, because that person that's going to gamble is going to gamble. She doesn't care what everybody else is saying. I can tell you that. You know the old rule we used to say, oh, start with the one that you know is going to book. Sometimes that backfires. If I try to pick out the one that I think is going to book, it's the one that's going to get, oh, no, I'm just going to spend. So I don't prejudge. I just start around the table and away we go. I can almost guarantee you, out of 10 people, you will have at least 2, if not 3 or 4, that will gamble. That's my statistics. And then you egg them on, of course. So let's just go around the room. Some are spending, some are saving, but you get that gambler. What number would you like, Karen? Oh, I'd like 3. All right, Karen, hang on to your box. We'll be back, okay? Do not look in it, and please hand me your penny. And I go around the table. Let's say out of 10 people, I have 3 boxes, 3 gamblers, okay? Now, I know what boxes have the styling sessions in, and I know which ones have free bling in. So at this point, I make a decision myself. If I know they all have styling session, I just go ahead and say, let's open the boxes one at a time. But if I know that 1 or 2 of them have bling in it, because out of my 10, 6 have styling session and 4 have bling, I want to make sure I get a party out of them, okay? So what I will do, let me just look at my notes so I don't forget anything. Another little side note here too, when you're doing this and when you're explaining it, just have fun with it. Don't be mean, don't be threatening, like, now if you get a box, you're gonna have a party. No, let them just, because I get asked that. Well, what happens if they get a party and they don't have it? It happens. I get ghosted just like everybody else, but you know what? They're wearing my jewelry, so who cares? Now, what I do say, if they take I don't know why I'm getting off track here. If they do take a box, okay? Remember that the bling people got the bling bag? The people that get styling sessions, I do tell them when they're getting if they get a styling session, that they get to get into my bling box. And look at my bling box. And if they get styling session, they can pick out anything out of here they would like. And I have nice stuff in here. And I show them. I'll go, ladies, if you do get styling session, you get to take a piece of jewelry home with you tonight. So that's part of my spiel too. I think I forgot that. So bling people get the bling bag. The people that get styling sessions do get the bling box. So if you're sitting there with 3 people now have boxes, you make a choice. Just open them up, because if I know they all have styling session, I'm good with that. But if I know they don't, I'll say one more thing. I'll say, you know, ladies, there's 3 of you here that gambled tonight. So since you took a box and you have a 50-50 chance of it having a styling session, that tells me you're open to having a styling session, right? Regardless of, you took a box, so you took a chance. So here's what I'm going to say to you 3. If you will double down for me, and they're going, what's double down mean? If you will double down for me, here's what that means. You're going to put your hand on your box and you're going to say, I double down. That means that regardless of what's in your box, whether it says bling or whether it says styling session, it doesn't matter. If you're going to double down for me, here's what you're going to get. That means you're automatically saying, yes, Valerie, I'll do a styling session. It doesn't matter what's in my box because you just doubled down. You get double jewelry. 2 pieces of jewelry out of the bling box if you double down. Now, that said, a lot of times they'll say, no, I'll just open it. Okay, go ahead and just open it. And if it says bling, they get bling. If it says styling session, they go, oh, shoot, I should have doubled down. Well, yeah, you should have. Why didn't you double down there, Patty? But we laugh, and and then what I'll do when I get her to checkout, I always tell them, now you get the box at checkout. You don't get the box until checkout. The reason I do that is I don't want them distracted, rooting through this box when they're supposed to be shopping, okay? So this goes to the checkout area with Jeanette and I, and it will stay there. And when they come over, as she puts in the orders for them on the spot on the computer. I don't do that. She does. I'm working the orders the other way, then we give them the box. Okay. Now, where I'll use that double jewelry, if Patty didn't double down and she gets over to check out and we go, okay, what day do you want to do your show? Let's look at our dates here. And I want to get her on a certain date. Then I use the double down with her. I'll say, you didn't double down, Patty, but guess what? I'll give you 2 pieces of jewelry if you can take Wednesday the 15th. Oh, I guess I can. Okay, great. Done. Give it away, give it away, give it away. I learned that from Mary Grace years ago. Girls, it's just jewelry. Don't hang on to it. Be a go-giver. It doesn't matter. Give it away. What do I care? And I know a lot of girls will say, pick anything off the table. I've done that too. It doesn't matter. We can replace anything for $30 or less. And with your rich rewards, you can replace it for free. So that is that is how I do it. And I don't keep statistics, but I can tell you that I'm just going to say 90% of the time, yes, my shows hold. I do get ghosted. I've had people take the jewelry and even pick their date. And then you get a text saying, oh, I can't have that show. And sometimes they just are gone and they have my jewelry. Oh, well, they're wearing it. That's okay. I don't mind. I mean, do I want that to happen? No. But I do think for the most part, they had fun. They enjoyed themselves. And the one thing I hear at my shows more than anything else, and I think it's because it's in a very fun environment, is they're laughing and they're having a drink and they're having a snack and they're shopping with their friends and they're visiting and they go to leave and they go, this was so much fun. The fun factor is huge, I think, in booking shows. And I'm fortunate to have the fun factor because I'm there live looking right at them and I'm drinking on the job too. I'm having a beer and I say, maybe you can drink on the job. Not too many, right? And so they had fun. So the penny game is just a fun way for me to end my parties and secure my bookings. And before I sign off here, I have to be honest, sometimes I look around and go, oh, there's only 4 tonight. Maybe I shouldn't do the penny game. Or, oh, they're all nurses. I don't know. I had a group a couple weeks ago. They were all nursing instructors, okay, from Gannon, one of our universities. And I was like, I don't know. And as soon as I get that thought, I get rid of it and think, you're doing the penny game. I don't care who these people are. I don't care how many they are. You're doing the penny game. And that night I did the penny game with the nurses. I got 3 bookings. Yep. What if I wouldn't have done? I'm thinking they're nurse instructors. They're busy. So what? You know what they said to me? This was fun. We're in a very stressful environment. This was fun. We have to come back. So that's part of my mojo. That's what works for Valerie. I'm not saying it's going to work for all of you. I think if you are doing it in person, you should definitely try it. If you are doing your virtual shows, you could still try it. I will post the graphic that I think Kelly did make it for us back when we were both doing this virtually. And you just put the twist on it where you tell them to pick a box. Basically, it's the same thing I just did, only you're doing it virtually. So I will post that. And you smart girls that do all your virtual shows so wonderfully, I'm sure you'll figure a twist out for that would be a really nice fit for some of you as well. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see, 18 minutes. I try to keep it under 20. That's what I had. I don't think let me look at my notes here real quick. I think I remembered everything. I don't know what that word that means. That's what I had. So try it. Hopefully you can follow through what I did. If you have any questions, feel free to private message me. I don't really have written instructions on this, or I might somewhere from years ago, but I do it so often that I just kind of do it without even thinking. So anyway, thank you, Michelle, again for putting this together. I look forward to hearing all the other leaders today. I'm sure we're going to hear some fantastic other booking ideas. Take them all in, pick 1 or 2 that resonate